Hi, this is Ruth Theresa with One Inspiring Woman, and today we are talking all things Mercury in retrograde. Yay! Yeah, not necessarily. But I know everybody has like this love-hate relationship with Mercury in retrograde, and I'm going to explain all of this and kind of who is it going to be affecting more than anybody else. So stay tuned. So Mercury going into retrograde, everybody has this huge fear of it going into retrograde and how much it's going to be messing up things in their life and communication and all those things. But really the basic understanding of it, and I'll explain a little bit later, is Mercury going into retrograde brings up issues you've already been having. It's just going to bring them up even higher. So the argument's going to be louder or whatever else. So that you can realize like, wow, I really have got to update this. I really have got to clear out some miscommunications, or I've got to clear out some ways that I've been talking in the past unclearly with other people so that we're all on the same page. That's the cool part. So let's get the dates for Mercury going into retrograde. So August 3rd, it's going to start in post-shadow energy. So it's going to start at slow down phase. And if you're really sensitive, this is when you're going to feel it. You're going to feel that August 3rd through August 23rd in this pre-shadow energy kind of slowing things down. From August 23rd through September 15th, it is going to be in full retrograde. So it's just going to be like, here we are stuck in this energy. Then from September 15th through September 30th, it is going to be speeding back up and going again. So it's one of those, you're going to feel it the most between the 23rd and September 15th, August 23rd and September 15th. The other times can be a little bit less, a little bit more. It could be depending on how sensitive you are. I am very sensitive, so I feel it at the beginning more than I do at the end. That's just me, but everybody is a little bit different, and that's something that people should really take into account when they're dealing with Mercury in retrograde, is kind of like, what is that energy and why am I feeling it this way? So this retrograde with Mercury is going to take place in the sign of Virgo. And so this is really going to be the people that are closest to you, the people you love the most. So your boyfriend, girlfriend, spouse, children, parents, best friends, all of those relationships closest to you are the ones that are going to be most affected by this. So it may feel like everybody's attacking me. It's not. It's you have bad communication with a lot of people, and so therefore they're wanting to upgrade or get clearer, more clear communication with you. Usually this kind of affects, like I said, affects us, but usually during the main part of it is when you're going to have like the majority at first. So from August 23rd through September 15th is when most people are going to really feel it. So let's kind of look at the skies right before Mercury goes into its retrograde. We have Pluto going back into Capricorn. Pluto went out of Capricorn into Aquarius, and then it went into retrograde, so it backed up back into Capricorn. And it's because it's so far out there that it takes a long time to change signs. So it'll do this a couple of times. I think it'll fully be in Aquarius energy in 2024. But for a while, it's kind of like right on the line kind of energy. And so with it in Capricorn, we are going to be kind of reinstating some really harsh extremes, terms of authority. Capricorns like rules and regulations. They like to be in control, and they like big business. So that's going to be kind of like coming out where people have tried to put their authority down, control other people, kind of where big business has been like putting in their own rules or regulations to kind of affect things. But because it's in retrograde, it's going to be bringing it out in the open so we can see all of it. I will say next, Mars really moves around in some different signs, and it's been in one sign, and it's now going into, I think, Virgo, or not Virgo, into Venus, sorry, into Venus energy. And so this is going to be making some quick, hard assessments, because you have Mars, the planet of action and motion and moving and go, 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 in the sign of Virgo, which is all about details and love and bringing things together and organization. So it's going to be kind of like, how are we going to change this? How are we going to modify this? And this is all happening right before all this retrograde goes into effect. This is going to make people very indecisive. A lot of people wanting to discuss things where they normally been like, boom, this is my decision, there's nothing else. So you're going to have a lot of that. There may be some revisiting of discussions, bringing up more information. And then kind of as our sun gets go into opposition with Saturn, and that means Saturn's like facing the sun and it's the closest approach, we may find kind of like feeling like we're being micromanaged, or feeling like everybody's watching us, we're under the microscope, kind of like everybody's kind of like ready to jump on us at any moment, anything that we do wrong. And it kind of brings up really like we're being rejected, or someone's like limiting us, but it can also feel like someone is like judging us, and that's kind of really can be a harsh kind of like really energy. Right before this, right before Mercury goes into retrograde, we also have Venus going into retrograde in the sign of Leo. And during this period, it is going to really encourage us to kind of reevaluate kind of like our self-image. What do we think about ourselves? How do we deal with ourselves? Our self-esteem, our self-acceptance? How do we deal with all of this energy? Mercury in retrograde kind of wraps up the sun in this, right at the end, kind of in this opposition to Neptune. And that's going to feel us leaving this energy with kind of some new insight, because Neptune is all about our view and our dream life and that sort of thing. So it's kind of like bringing up this indecision, or kind of like different look at our reality, or what's really happening. And this is going to be making some changes for us. So it's kind of like, yeah, here we go. Get to make some interesting changes. I will tell you that this isn't really going to be a harsh retrograde for a lot of people, but I will guarantee you, because it's in the sign of Virgo, it is going to be affecting Virgos more than anything else, and it's going to be bringing things up so we can heal and move forward. Doesn't mean that it's bad, it just means that we've got some things that we've got to clear up, and usually Virgos don't mind that. We kind of like those things. So let's do some angel cards, and let's see. They started out kind of crooked, so here we go. This is the one that's popping up right here. Right here. So this is ideas and inspiration here. This is ideas and inspiration. And so this is kind of bringing in some new ideas of like how to communicate, how to inspire other people to kind of give themselves their own voice, voicing things out that we've known that they've wanted to for a while, but really haven't. So this is going to be really giving us a great voice of like, let's open it up. Let's talk about all of this. This is going to be a great way of doing this energy of kind of like, yeah, let's clear this out. Let's do this. And we're going to have some great ideas and inspiration in there in that. Let's see. This one right here in the middle is kind of calling my attention. This is Archangel Michael. And I will tell you, when you have some things that are coming up, Archangel Michael is a great one to call on and kind of get some more clarity in what's coming up, how are things coming up, what's going to be changing or modifying. This is kind of one of those like, yeah, let's do this. This is going to be bringing up some amazing energy for us and some great insight into all of this. This is going to be like, wow, here we go. So our last card is divine guidance. So this is really a great way. Divine guidance is bringing this up for us to kind of bring in a new energy, bring in some healing, bring in some new understanding for us and some new insights into what's going on in and around us. These are amazing ones. Now, I will tell you, if you found a value in this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. I do videos like this all the time. I will also link this to a whole bunch of other videos about Mercury and going to retrograde, like the survival guide. How do we deal with all of these things? This is some great insight, and I will have them coming out at the perfect time so you can watch them and kind of implement them into your life and kind of like right, the perfect time, the perfect thing I really required hearing today is going to be the way it's going to be laid out, because your angels and guides are going to draw you to that amazing energy. And I will tell you, Mercury in retrograde, the more you push negative energy at it, the more you're like, oh my gosh, this is horrible, the more it is going to be horrible. The more you kind of just laugh it off and go on with things, it gets easier, it gets lighter. It's one of those, it's kind of like anything that you kind of fight has to come up to meet your energy. Anything that you kind of go, whatever, it goes, okay, we're over it. So the easier you do your communication during this time frame, when it comes up, realize like, I need to take a note. I need to be watching how I communicate with my friend or my sister or my brother. I need to watch how I'm communicating with my spouse, my boyfriend, my girlfriend, my children, whatever it is. Keeping notes of that, so when Mercury's over, that you really get a chance to sit down and have a conversation like, so I feel like we haven't been communicating well, so what can we do to fix it or modify it or change it, or what can we do differently than we've been doing already? It's a great way to look at Mercury in retrograde. I thank you so much for joining me today, and I know that we'll be talking again soon.